Hello and good evening. You're here with myself, James Hook, and my wonderful co-coms tonight. Dane, how are you this evening, buddy?
I'm good, thank you. Here for the sprint race of France. It was a good feature race yesterday, and hopefully we're in for a good sprint.
Yeah, indeed we are. Indeed we are. Just before all the guys get started up and into their cars, is there anything you'd like to say? Maybe your predictions before the race starts to see how close we're going to get to your predictions at the end of the race tonight.
Alright, this is going to be predicting the winner in this tier is very difficult. Netsky did have the pace in the feature race, but I believe we do have some guys who are really willing to close them down, like Jimbo, James, etc., etc. In for a good one. What about you?
Yeah, like I said, next he's got to be up there. Obviously, he's shown great pace early on in season two and all of season one. But yeah, we have a reverse grid from qualifying. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna throw the front runners at the back and the back runners towards the front of the grid. So it's all to play for. Just see how the night unfolds. Hopefully we're in for a dry race, but that could be the curse of the commentator.
Well, France, we do have. It's a very long track, very technical track. It's about 3.6 miles long, and 2 DRS straights, very long straights. So we're definitely not going to be short of action. Can tell you that.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one, especially with the chicane in the middle of the DRS straight towards sector 3. I think it could cause a few issues for further drivers, maybe under late braking, maybe a few time penalties for just cutting the corners just a little bit too much, getting the apexes a little bit wrong. But hey, we'll see. Just waiting for the guys to ready up, and we'll be on our ways, guys.
Yeah, it's bringing up the chicanes turn 8 and 9. I believe in the feature race there was 2 incidents. We did have Liam 1-3 who did have a pedal problem on the entry of turn 8 and just blew up. And then we also had more contact late in the final lap of the race between the Mercedes of Timmy were 2 next, who did lose the battle for P3. So we won't be short of action there.
Yep. Just as we're readying up, guys, we shall see the weather conditions for the sprint race today.
I hope we're in for a wet race.
Just to throw the spanner in the works. Yeah, let's have a wet race.
Could maybe put a dent into Netsky's domination. See James up there.
Yeah, like I said, obviously Netsky's other pace. He's really fast on almost every track we visit. But yeah, it would like to be just to take that point deficit down a little bit. But again, I haven't seen Netsky in the rain, so I could be spitballing when I say he's slower. But for a guy who's just as quick, it's going to be quite difficult. But yeah, no, it'll be good to see if anybody can keep up with the front runners from the feature race as of last night, and we shall find out momentarily. And
looks like we got a dry session here.
it does look like it. It looks dry at the minute.
Does look very overcast though, so maybe we could see some changeable conditions.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like you said, overcast. Maybe the last 3 or 4 laps we could start seeing it. Drops of rain here and there. Very exciting times.
Definitely. What do you think the strategy these guys will be willing to run in this race?
Providing there's no safety cars, I think a few of them are going to go soft mediums. I know in the feature race a few of them went medium hard, so obviously with shorter amount of laps you can afford to use the softer tyres. But yeah, it'll be soft mediums for most of the guys. Let me just quickly get my track map up.
Ooh, Hindle and Fester getting caught up a little. While getting disqualified.
Yeah, just
We do have 5 guys on the mediums though, so they're willing to try the opposite strategy, go a little later into the race. But majority softs. So we have Liam on pole. He'll be hoping to pull away. Festa second disqualified. Hindle third disqualified on the mediums, but so he's gonna really struggle off the start.
Yeah.
James in P4. Yeah, he's got pace as well.
Yeah, then we got Silly Sly Guy, who's currently second in the standings, I believe. With Vapor in 6th, Rhymesy in 7th, Timmy way too next in 8th, Jimbo, Rainman in 9th, Cassux in 10th, Eggland in 11th, Jimbo Mancy in 12th, Netsky in 13th, Triby 14th, J Prentice in 15th, and Trixie in 16th with the Renault. It is looking awful grey, as we said just before the guys come out for the formation lap, Dane, so fingers crossed for a dry race with changeable conditions like you said, but we shall see.
It's like I got disqualified and Shay's left the session. Hopefully in fact I don't think he'll be able to take part in this race now. I think if you leave during the formation lap you're done.
Yeah, so as we can see the predicted pit stop strategy coming up, it is going to be the same for soft hards to soft mediums in this sprint race today. It's going to be really interesting to see who can get off the line quick. It's going to be difficult from 6th to 10th. I believe coming into the first couple of corners, people are going to be side by side. But as the cars are forming up, we shall wait for the 5 red lights to disappear. And it's a very late red light, and away we go with Liam 1-3 currently in the lead still. Everybody's got away cleanly. There's a Williams at the back who's started late. I'm not quite sure what's happened to Vapor Shea.
Oh, Cassux is into Netsky. Oh, Netsky's out.
And Netsky's DNF'd. Netsky is DNF'd. That's Netsky out of the session. So this could be a massive upset for the lead leader. As we've got a safety car ready.
I don't think that was Cassux. I think that was Tribe. He just lost the traction out of turn 2. Was off the track to the right and just, I think he was out of control coming back onto the track and just completely hit right into Netsky's front right tyre, and Netsky's out of the race. Just huge freak accident there. Wonder if that'll go down to the stewards. I'm pretty sure it will.
Possibly could be. 2 seconds, guys. Just trying to.
But out in front, we still have Liam. He got off well done well to maintain P1. We have Hindle lipping to P2. I believe he did gain a position. Yep. So although he did get disqualified, he done really well to get a good start.
Yep.
In first position we have James. Oh, sorry.
Yep. I was just saying, Rhymesy's up 2 positions, along with Rainman, Eki, Jimbo Mancy. They've all gained 2 positions there. It's going to be very interesting now coming into lap 3, 4 and 5 with the safety car. The guys on the softs, what do you think the guys on the softs are going to do? Do they think they rub their hands with a safety car this early on? Or do you think they'll...
I think he could take mediums to the end. Romsey did definitely pit in first to take action. He's going to be in a good position at the end of the safety car.
Yeah.
Let's see what tyres he puts on. Goes onto the medium compound. They can easily go to the end, so yeah, he's first to strike and looks like he's going to take the lead of this race. Provisionally.
Just going to get the tyres up for the guys that are streaming at the minute. You see Liam just following the safety car around, maintaining pace at the minute.
Yeah, we've had a disastrous start for Cassux, and I don't think Shay's in the session yet, he's not, but Cassux was down 3 positions, now 4. Oh, and we have rain!
Oh, wow.
Oh, Romsey's screwed now.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kasich picks up a 5-second penalty as well for a severe collision, but I don't know how severe that was. Maybe that could be looked at in stewards later. They could be looking to get rid of the 5-second penalty and the safety car rules.
it doesn't look like it's hindered him too badly though, because he still does have a front wing intact, but we do have rain, so I genuinely wonder what the drivers will do now, whether they'll risk going onto the inters early or try hold it out. It looks like it's becoming very heavy and the dry line is beginning to form, so these guys, I think they are going to risk the pit stop, just to lose a bit of time.
Yes, it's definitely thrown a spanner in the works. We did say that it was overcast and it could be rain towards the end of the last 3 or 4 laps. We didn't expect it in lap 2 or 3. So, yeah, it's going to be... I think it's leveled the playing field a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's just, especially now that Neski's out, the one who had ridiculous pace, it's all to play for now.
Yep.
I think...
Go on.
Yeah, last week James did have pace in the wet conditions, but that was full wets. But hopefully, maybe he'll be able to re-show that pace once again in the wet around France.
Yeah,
but he does have limited laps to do it.
Yeah, and Kasich is in the pits as well, under safety car. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes out on. Yep, he's gone to Inters. Kasich has gone on to Inters on lap 3. So this could be crucial for Kasich. This could put Kasich up in front when everybody decides that they need to pit. So this could be very interesting to see the outcome now.
Yeah, it's a very high risk, high reward move from him, but at this point he is at the back of the grid, does have nothing to lose, so might as well go for it.
Yeah, Sly Guy picks up a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Fester. Again, under the safety car, I don't know how severe the contact is for the 5-second penalties, because it is a safety car and it does tend to be a little bit more harsh than usual.
Yeah, this one looked heavy though, because he does have front right damage, so he's definitely going to have to pit. And it's definitely looking like intermediate conditions are... It looks like the crossover point right now. I think these guys are going to pit. Well, I think the safety car will be in this lap.
Yep, safety car is in this lap. The rain's starting to come a little bit heavier now as well, so I think it is time to pit and put these intermediates on. The question is, where how badly will it shuffle up the pack? And obviously Kasich's on the fresh inters now under the safety car. He's bunched up. It's not as if he's 20 odd seconds behind after the pit stop. So it's if Kasich can keep it clean now and pick up 0 penalties, I think he could be in with the win. But again, I don't want to be the curse of the commentator. And we are away. Liam has not really made a gap for between him and Hindle coming to the first corner. There's a little bit of a gap between James, Saigai and Festers. Changed positions for 4th and 5th. As we're coming through, we'll just watch this battle quickly. See if Felix can do anything. Sly Guy does have a slight wing damage, missing a right end plate. So Felix is going to be wanting to stay on the back of him if he can. But look at the spray coming up the back of the cars now. This is really, really difficult conditions for the soft drivers, and even more so for the medium runners, as obviously the less grip on the softs. Do you think some of the drivers have predicted rain this evening, or as we see a little bit of contact?
Yeah, more damage.
Yeah, as we've seen contact there, just coming through the corner there.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Sly Guy.
He's still driving.
Yeah. Still pulling a bit of a gap to James, who is under more pressure by Fester. Fester going down the inside of turn 11. And he makes the move stick, or does he? He's still side by side. James is hanging in there. Now he has the inside line for turn 12. Can Festa hold it around the outside?
Oh! Whoa, careful fellas. A bit of wheel contact, and I believe Festa will have the inside line out of the penultimate corner. Squeezes the Williams and James out. And yep, Festa has it.
Very
Festa
good
keeps
battling
it.
from the boys.
Yeah. As you can see, Liam in first now. He just pulled up over a second gap from Hindle in second. So that is the DRS zone out of action for Hindle for the time being. Again, I think he's just going to be wanting to keep that gap up as much as he can, to give himself as much chance as when he does go on those inters, just to put him in a better position to come back out to the pits. Again, as we see a couple of cars go wide through turn 6 and 7. Jimbo Manzi.
Jimbo and Timmy going side by side. Jimbo was able to hold it around the outside of turn 5 and be able to keep P8. Timmy using his overtake, but is unable to make a move stick. As I believe that's Rainman going down the inside of James up into P5. Got a bit more work to do on the medium compound with the less grip, but him and Hindle are making it work.
Yep, he's got a lot to drive for this evening now as Rainman, with the other Alpha of Netsky being DNF'd on lap 1 and causing the safety car this evening. But we'll see what he can do. He's actually maintained a good gap with that little battle there. Zeki and Eklund and James trade places there. Ooh, James just picked up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Maybe being forced out wide through the apex as we're coming around again for the DRS.
I think Eklund was in front, so I think James really should have let that position back, but
yeah,
he's looking really aggressive at the moment, going side by side with Rayman, mine a comeback up into P5.
Yeah, and DRS is actually enabled, so we're not at that crossover point just yet, as DRS has just been enabled this lap.
Yeah, I have noticed Kasux is now on. I think it was Eklund down the inside. We have Kasux back onto the medium compound. Intus has not worked for him at all. As Rayman is just losing a lot of positions. Oh, and there's contact between Rayman and Jimbo.
Jimbo's turned round. Jimbo's been spun round.
Yeah, I think there was some miscommunication between the two drivers, but Rayman did spin out Jimbo, so I think that's going to be leaning more towards Jimbo. I mean, Rayman.
Yeah, as we see as well, Prentice in the racing point go rather wide there through sector 2.
We have Rainman and Tribe going side by side through turn 9. Rainman
his contact, Seaside guy is out. Seaside guy is out of the session.
Oh,
his contact on that Alfa Romeo, just caught a glimpse of it, has lost a wheel through sector 2, the chicane in sector 2. Will this be a full safety car? I think it may be, you know.
Yeah, it is. Safety car was out.
Wow.
Quite a lot of action these guys are giving us tonight.
Yeah, so Kasek now on 1 lap all mediums. He's got to bunch back up again to the front of the pack and fresher tyres. I see. Yeah.
A whole bunch of the field is coming into the pits, I think.
Yeah, the front 3 in the pits. Liam 1-3 stayed out. Hindle, Eggy. Yeah, there's a full bunch from Rayman's in the pits. Eggy, Trixie's in the pits. James is in the pits. Everybody's going into us.
Yeah, the rain has definitely gotten heavier, and it does look like it's at the crossover point, but I still think the dries could match the times of the inters at the moment, but it is going to get heavier later into the race, so it is a viable strategy for these guys. Yeah,
I think the 3 front runners, Liam, Felix, Fester, and Timmy, are going to struggle, like you said, in the next couple of laps to maintain the speed of the inters, just going through the corners and coming out of the corners.
Definitely, but I do think they're going to pit.
Yeah, they've got to pit under the safety car. In my eyes, they'd be silly not to. But we shall see now.
Trixie going on to some fresh mediums. He's definitely going to try and risk some dry tyres to the end of the race. I don't think it's very viable, but we are still at the crossover period. High risk, high reward for these drivers tonight. But yeah, looking at what happened to Sly Guy, did you actually like see what happened to him, or was it like you saw him when he was round?
I seen him as he was round in the chicane in sector 2. I seen the Alfa Romeo, sorry, not Alfa Tauri, go sideways, and what I'd imagine was into the barrier. As you know yourself, that the exit of the chicane is pretty much an auto spin curb if you use too much of the throttle. So my guess is that's what happened, as I didn't quite catch the full accident.
When I saw James was round as well, so I think it was an accident between the two drivers. We'll definitely see their POVs at the end of the race, because that has really cost the both of them, or maybe James if he can mount a comeback drive, but as he gets very close to the back of Trixie.
Yeah, Liam's in the pits, so Felix will be first for the time being under the safety car.
They've not pitted yet either, which is, well, except for Romsey, so I wonder why these guys aren't really into the pits yet.
It's a strange one. I think I would have pitted, especially under the second safety car for Inters.
What the? Wait a minute. Timmy going very wide off the track on the dry tyres. I think that's a sign that we're definitely in the intermediate conditions, just destroying the boards.
Yeah, there's no traction coming out of the corners whatsoever, or even going through them. You're just going to get massive amounts of understeer. So it's going to be difficult now when the safety car comes in for the last couple of laps. If the guys on the dry tyres just slowing down for the corners, really, it's just going to be manic. It could be more accidents, more yellow flags, another couple of retirements maybe. But again, we should see what happens in the next couple of laps.
Definitely. Kasek's going into the pits once again for some fresh Inters, so I think we're definitely, the Inters are quicker. So these guys in the top 6, they're just hindering their own race unless the safety car doesn't come in this lap, which it probably could because Kasek's isn't on the back of the grid.
He's just coming round. Yep, safety car's in this lap. As we see Kasek's just coming down the straight of what would be the DRS straight in sector 2 on the mini-map.
Oh, more bad luck for Jimbo as he now picks up a 5-second time penalty for Trixie. Does he have damage though?
I'm on screen now. I can't see any damage onto his car. Again, with the contact under the safety car, it could be the slightest touch is all you need for the 5-second penalty, which is a bit harsh. But again, other times, where you miss your braking point under safety car, it takes a front wing off, then yeah, that's fair enough. But I can see some of these 5-second penalties under the safety car maybe looked at in the stewards at the end of the night, but we shall see, because all these penalties are going to throw everything up in the air now for the restart. As we still see Fessa and Tribe at it for first and second. I wonder if these two drivers are finding the circuit, because it's a slippery circuit in dry conditions, on dry tyres, let alone on dry tyres, worn dry tyres in the rain. So,
yeah, we have Hindle right on the back of Romsey at the moment, and Shay's also right on the back of Prentice, but the Inters are 100% quick right at the moment. These guys in the top 5 have just killed their race.
So just going to jump on board with Hindle to see how quickly he can jump up through the field. Trevi picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings there. So Hindle's already up a position on the Inters. Ramsey is just dropping like a fly with the medium tyres. So Eki has got past as well in the Haas.
We also have Tribe going out extremely wide. He's just losing a lot of time on those dry tyres.
Yeah, gives Prentice the position for second. Do you think Fester and Prentice and maybe Vapor will try and hold on for the next 4 or so laps on these soft tyres? I mean, they have got to.
They're gonna get the
they've got to pit. Yeah. Sorry, they have got to pit. I forgot about that.
We have Ekelund going around the outside
Yeah,
of
along
about
with Hindle.
2 cars.
Yeah, the Inter's a far superior now at the minute. So you see they just eating away at the soft tyres and the medium runners.
You've got Prentice pulling into the pit, same with Festa, so along with Tribe, so we do have the intermediate users right into the lead of this race now, so it's going to be about to the end of the race between them. And it looks like Hindle has got the lead at the moment. Finally has some good luck on his side, has pulled a bit of a gap. That's Jimbo going down the inside of Rainman, side by side. Hopefully he'll be looking to get some revenge for what happened earlier.
Oh! That is Rayman with wing damage, I believe. No, I did see wing damage there and a spin, as Rayman is in 8th place now, as he was in 3rd a couple of corners ago. So again, sorry guys, I just missed the action coming through the first 2 turns of the circuit on lap 10.
That's Kasuk's making the move down the inside and up into P6 as Rome's just losing more and more positions, but we now have Ekelund up into P2, so, and he is hounding down the leader, so he's definitely got the pace on these inters at the moment.
Yeah. Just on board with Kazakhs and Rayman coming through the chicane in sector 2. See how much of a good drive Kazakhs gets.
Oh, Hindle's round! Oh my word, sorry to shout, but Hindle's just part of the race.
Yep, he is out. He is out. So this gives Ekelund and Jim Omanzi 1st and 2nd, and James in 3rd in the Williams. This could be a very, very entertaining end of the race, because there's penalties galore and it's just going to shuffle everybody around.
Yeah, it's just like he just completely lost it around turn 10, had no grip at all, just from the lead of the race as well, just more bad luck. I think I cursed him a little with what I said. I'm sorry about that, mate. So that's him out of the race, and Ekelund now taking the lead with a gap of 1.8 seconds to Jimbo. My oh my, how the tables turn.
It looks as if everything is settling for the time being, as I'm on board with Ekelund, the race reader, and Jimbo Manzi 2 seconds behind, as we jump on board with Jimbo, just to show you the gap between him and Ekelund. As Trevi picks up another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
We have Cassis right to the back of Liam. He's engaged his overtake. Maybe he's holding it this time with that new update, giving you the ability to hold. It looks like Liam defending hard, but in fact, no, I think he just let him through. He did go off the gas a bit there.
And safely through turn 9 and what would be turn 10. Liam 1-3 picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings again. Kazakhs is
out. He's lost in the middle of the straight.
Oh wow.
I wonder how he's done that then. Yeah. I wonder if Jimbo has some sort of damage, or I wonder if he's just like lacking pace, because
Yeah.
Ekelund's already 2.6 seconds in front and James is not far behind him either.
I can't see any damage on the McLaren of Jimbo Manzi, but yeah, like you said, he might be just running minute damage, enough just to take that 10th off here and there. But yeah, no, I can't see. There's no major wing damage on the car. But Ekelund's up on 3.2 seconds now, and he is just romping away with this at the minute. Do you think maybe Jimbo Manzi was running a dry setup and Eki was just playing mind games and actually run the wet setup just in case it did rain? Could be something.
Probably, but I think that the dry sub converses the wet sub. I don't think there's really much of a difference in pace, but there is definitely more stability in the wet setup, so maybe that's what's worked out for him.
Yeah. As James in the Williams is very close to Jimbo Manzi in the McLaren now, 3rd position, as he's coming through the chicane in sector 2.
We also got Rainman getting very close to Liam, who has been lacking pace at the moment, down in P5, well, up in P5 I should say. It's not a very bad position for him.
Yeah. Rhymesy is still on medium tyres. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to see. Yep, Rhymesy has stopped as well, so that's his stop, and that's his tyres that he wanted to change on. So he stayed out even though it is clearly intermediate weather. I think he's just going to try and damage limit it now for the last lap and see where penalties come into play.
Nah, if he's already 3 seconds behind. He's not going to pick up any points tonight, unfortunately for him.
As you see Trixie in the background of Rhymesy as well. Maybe Trixie can just pop in front of him anyway.
Rainman got a really good exit on Liam, and he's already down the inside, looking to make a move even before the corner.
Yep. And that's a straightforward pass there for Rainman, yeah.
You just gotta wonder if Jimbo never got spun out, he could potentially be leading this race right now.
Yeah, he's been unfortunate so far. So I've seen a couple of the races prior and last season as well. He's due a bit of luck, I think, because he has been involved in a few incidents. But yeah, it does get testing, and he's just been unfortunate the last few races. But if he sticks with it, I think the good side will come to it before the end of the season, and able to rack up a good few points.
Hopefully,
yeah.
James is right on the back of Jimbo right now.
Ooh, as he does go wide, he does run a little bit wider than what Jimbo did through turn 9 there, turn 10. As James is looking to go around the inside, he's just having a look. Nah, he's kept it behind through turn 12. Good exit on turn 13. Ooh, as he kept it. Ooh, bit of a squeeze from Jimbo, but it's all fair. No damage. And James just gets a brilliant exit off the last corner. What a drive that is off the last corner for James. And Eklund is the race winner. TRT James has gone second. Kasich has gone to third with the penalties. Jimbo in fourth. Rayman stays fifth. Liam 1-3 jumps up to fifth. Pushes Rayman down to sixth. Timmy Waitwin next jumped up to fifth. Rayman down into seventh. We're just waiting for the last couple of guys to cross the line to see where they jump with all the penalties. Prentice is currently running 8th, coming towards the line. Where is he going to place him? Is he going to stay 8th? Yep, stays 8th. Vaporshea in 9th, Tribe 10th, Trixie 11th, and Rhymesy still on the mediums, coming through the last corner. And gingerly hopping over the line to finish 12th there. What an entertaining race that was for race 2 of CSGB. And your driver of the day is Eklund. Thoroughly deserved, I think, as well. Hardly put a foot wrong all race, and after the safety car restart, or second safety car restart, was absolutely brilliant. So hats off to Eklund tonight.
Also got to give an honourable mention to Kasich, who's down in the dumps already in last position for a large majority of this race, to somehow pull it back to P3. But I got to give him my drive of the day. That's a really good drive from him as well.
Yep. Just going to run quickly through the tables. In first we have Eklund. Second is the Williams of TRT James. Third is Kasich in the Red Bull. Fourth is Jimbo Mansi in McLaren. Timmy Waitwin next. Fifth, Liam 1-3 in 6th, Mercedes. Rainman in 7th, Alpha Tauri. J Prentice, Racing Point 8th. 9th, Vaporshea. Tribe 10th. Trixie 11th. Rhymesy 12th. Festa, Hindle, Sly Guy, and Netsky with DNFs, unfortunately. But that does round off your F1 feature race. Sprint race. And until next week, guys, we shall see you soon. Thanks for joining.